In the recreational drug scene, fiend-based offenses are considered especially heinous. From snorting grandma's ashes because you're a broke cokehead degenerate to month-long Xan and alcohol-induced benders, these are their stories. What is up, my fellow degenerates out in YouTube land? How is your morning going? Afternoon, evening, nighttime? It is the homie Blurred Vision, and before I get into the story, I want to start off by asking anyone watching, what is the most Nic Sick you've ever been? Me, personally, I swallowed some Juul tobacco vapor once, and that shit was god-awful. I was dry heaving like a hungover alcoholic, and when I burped up the vapor, I yacked in the same fashion as a cat trying to get a hairball out. So yeah. Anyway, leave your responses in the comments below. I love to hear that kind of stuff. So yeah, just drop your story about getting too Nic Sick in the comments for me. So, getting Nic Sick at the picnic, boys. Now, let me preface this by saying that yes, I was in fact new to any psychoactive substance at this point, besides caffeine, because I'm a degenerate gamer who snorts G Fuel. Also, I was a junior in high school at this point, and the year was roughly 2016, 2017. I honestly can't remember. Anyway, it was junior year, 2016, 2017, and my friends Coles, Turbo, and Andy had all just gotten into vaping, right? And they kind of introduced me to it. And up until about a month before this story, we'd been using those big box mods. I know I had a GX350. It's that big, beefy motherfucking, yeah, you can look it up. It's like $60 or something. It has 4 big-ass batteries in it. That shit chucked clouds like nothing else. But for this story, we weren't hitting on box mods. You know, that's way too obvious to hit in school and whatnot. And when I say the picnic, it's like an annual thing every year that this school does, this high school. And basically just anyone who wants to participate, really, and, you know, who wants to stay at school and do fucking work instead of going to a picnic, right? So me and the boys, we're going to this picnic. We're not doing fucking schoolwork, because who wants to do that? That's ass. So about 12 p.m., you know, lunchtime rolls around. We get let out of class for this fucking picnic. It goes until about 2 hours before the end of school. Our school ends at 4 p.m. So we got about 4 hours left in the day. We're going to the picnic right away, okay? I got my fucking Me Pod. I don't know if you guys know what a Me Pod is, but if you've ever hit Salt Nic, it's like that. It's like a Juul. It's like a Miko. I don't know, a Soren Air, stuff like that, you know? Those Salt Nic devices that you're going to put your Salt Nics in. And by the way, speaking of Salt Nic, if you've never tried Salt Nic in your life and you're one of those box mod people, or maybe you've never vaped in your life and you're a cigarette smoker, or maybe you've never hit nicotine at all in your life. Well, let me tell you the difference between your freebase and your salt-based nicotine, right? Freebase, it's your kind of mellow, like, oh, I can work up to my buzz. Meanwhile, your Salt Nic is like your crack. You hit it once and you're like buzzed as fuck and you're on the ground drooling until you build a tolerance for that. And as soon as you build a tolerance for nicotine, it's like the shit doesn't affect you. But at this point in the story, right, at this point in my time vaping, and I've cut out recently, but to the point of the video, right? At this point in time, I was not a Nic fiend yet. I kind of turned into one of those later, but yeah, for the purpose of this video, I was not a Nic fiend yet, but I was definitely heavily affected by Salt Nic. So we walk out the front doors of the school. Our school is pretty big. I think we have like 1,600 total people that go to it. So, you know, about a fourth, maybe to half of the students go. The others, you know, they're doing their own shit. They're either at their own lunch, staying in class, whatnot. You know, we have a bunch of degenerates at this school. But anyway, me and the boys, we go out to this picnic, right? And we got our, you know, I got my Miko. So, you know, Turbo's got a Juul, Cole's got a Soren Air. We got a bunch of different vapes to hit, right? And we all have different flavors. Me in particular, I have a Mr. Salty Cotton Candy. Now, we're not hitting 50 Nic, right? You know, I haven't worked my way up to that at this point. We're doing 35 milligrams of Salt Nic, and this shit was still clapping. And the picnic spot, it's at this park that's not too far away from the school. It's a pretty big park, so, you know, you can go and do your own fucking shit, just hang out. I don't know what the fucking teachers think. We're in high school, but, you know, it's a way to, it's a once a year thing to get out of the fucking classroom, right? So, we fucking pull up, everyone's sitting down, they're handing out free Jimmy Johns and shit, right? They do this every so often. They partner up with the local businesses and give out fucking free food at these kind of things, right? So I go pick up my Jimmy John's. I got my turkey sandwich, just your average turkey fucking cheese sandwich. I think they all came like pre-made. I think it may have had some tomatoes, lettuce on it. Not a big fan of those, so I probably picked that shit off, right? But the Jimmy John's bread, and also if you've never had Jimmy John's day-old bread, go hit them up. That shit's gas. Anyway. So, I'm eating on this sandwich, right? And, it's tasting gas. But as any Nick fiend knows, eating and then smoking your vape it's like coming for the first time, dude. It's like you just beat off, right? It's addictive, right? So I finish up this sandwich, I'm feeling really good. I'm having that food euphoria, I just smacked the shit out of this sandwich. And, I look around, there's some teachers here and there, the principal comes out, all the vice principals really. And it's really not the place to be smacking and, blowing fat clouds. So I go to this slide, right? I'm just chilling out. I'm just fucking walking around, having a decent time. I wish at this point I had been into like carts or something. I don't think I'd have been able to get away with smoking like some bud out there, but either way, I digress. We go up to this slide, right? It's a circular slide. And, we come up to it, and it's this long one. It's a big-ass hill, right? So, we're talking probably, 1,500 feet or some shit, I don't know, of slide to the bottom. Like, this is some roller coaster type slide. Like, if you were doing this shit on acid, like, that should be waving. You'd be thinking you're going through, like, a fucking wormhole or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, we get up to the top, there's some graffiti here and there. Your typical, public park. It's kind of fucked up, right? So we get to the top. I surveil the area. I'm looking for where all these motherfuckers are, right? I'm scoping out the principal, the vice principal. I'm like the dude in the pirate ship with the telescope, and I'm looking out for the iceberg. But the iceberg in this case is this bitch principal called Miss Green. And she's got her back turned to the slide, right? She's just chatting it up with the, superintendent. And I don't think the superintendent was there. The principal. I don't know why the fuck I got that mixed up. Anyway. She was talking with the principal, and my boy Coles, Andy, Turbo, and me, we're at the top of this slide, and we're just chilling. And I'm like, hey, the coast is clear, boys. We're good to just blow this shit up into the sky, right? We don't gotta blow that through our shirts, We can just have a good time. So we bust the vapes out of our pockets. We get that shit, and I go to hit this bitch. I hit it once. Ooh, that shit's tasting fresh. It's tasting, a little bit of that menthol flavor. It's got that ice to it, This was a pretty good vape flavor. Mr. Salty made some banging ass vape juices, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Those are some of the best vape juices that I've ever had. I don't vape much anymore, so can't really tell you about that now, but Mr. Salty was popping off 2016, 2017. But anyway, yeah, I hit this vape, right? And I'm hitting it. I'm not, I got the food euphoria going. I'm not even paying attention to how much this Nick is affecting me, right? And, I get to like the 10th puff and, I'm like, oh shit, I'm starting to fucking feel a little dizzy, right? Now, I haven't drank anything. I've never smoked at this point. So this is and I've had the typical, Nic sickness, but this was like advanced Nic sickness, right? This was advanced. Like, this was AP class Nic sickness, okay? This was not your average class of nicotine, right? So I hit this bitch and I start stumbling, right? I start stumbling all over the fucking place. And I'm trying to stay upright. I feel nauseous as fuck. I feel like I'm gonna hurl. And I don't, luckily. I didn't throw up the Jimmy John sandwich, boys. We saved it. We did not throw up the Jimmy John sandwich. Thank God. But yeah, I'm just stumbling around, and I don't know what gave me the fucking idea to, but I went head first down that fucking slide, bro. And, it did not help. In the moment, I thought, maybe, just maybe, that, like, going down head first would, like, push all of the food back down my stomach. I don't know. Anyway, I got to the bottom of the slide and, I'm feeling even worse at this point. I just went head first down this steep ass slide. My head's just over the exit of the slide and I just chuck right there. Just the whole Jimmy John sandwich, it's gone. There's no saving it. We kick some wood chips over it and I head back to the top of the slide to keep hitting the nicotine. I think we played a little bit on the phone, maybe some Clash of Clans, Clash Royale. I don't know what was popping at the time. And then we just headed back to school. Yeah, the rest of the shit wasn't too eventful. It was really just that getting super Nic sick. But yeah, guys, again, leave in the fucking comments what's the most Nic sick you've ever been. I love to read that shit. But besides that, it's been your boy Blurred Vision. Peace.